wait. Okay, we can start.
What I'm thinking about and master database.
Okay.
Just imagine that we have this specific applet. That applet we are currently developing. This applet. Now we want to go to tenant database. For example, Senheng.
Yeah.
Senheng now want to use, for example, applet number 1, okay, and applet number 6.
Yeah.
Just 1, 2.
Yeah.
So an applet header inside the tenant itself, we will generate GUID and put link for this applet,
Yeah.
and put link for this applet.
No, not inside the tenant.
So a tenant inside tenant, nothing.
Nothing, because this is a user interface.
All right.
Uh,
That's why I want to understand everything so clear.
Okay, first of all, let me open the database. Okay. Wait, it's installing. I need to list down the table first. Okay. Okay. Okay, so today we are talking about how we are going to store the data in the database for Applet, the catalog, the user interface, and all this. Okay. So if you refer to the database schema, which is there are quite a few tables, and I need to explain one by one. First table that you look at would be Applet login subject link. As the name apply, the Applet login subject link is linking from the Applet header table to the login subject, which is the user.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I am going to route this tenant database is because all the Applet catalog, all these things
Master database.
are in the master database.
Alright.
They are not in the tenant database.
Okay.
So I will delete this tenant database since there's only master database, so I can delete this diagram. Okay.
Okay.
So I will put here, one is a login subject, which is the user, and then it will link to the Applet header table through a link table.
Applet login subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every user can be subscribing to different applet. And in addition to that, if you look at this link table, if you study the database, I can see from here, there is applet header table, there's a login GUID, applet GUID, there is also a tenant GUID. Now what this mean is that this link table is also linked to foreign key to the tenant.
Alright.
That means when I am logged in, I can see exactly the same applet.
But the data from which tenant?
yeah, this data is from tenant A, and this let's say HR leave application, leave application applet, but it appear on my screen too, because when how many I'm appearing is dependent on the link is more important than the applet header itself.
Okay, so for applet header, later all the applet we have, we need to insert it in applet header.
Yeah.
We will just like naming and connect it with URL, I think, or something
Okay.
like that.
A very simple way of doing this, straightforward way of doing this is actually for each of the applet, we can actually make use of the directory path in Angular as the GUID, because this has to be manually inserted.
That's why.
So just like a permission, the GUID for the permission, we actually can insert a code as long as it is unique, correct? So we just need the naming convention. Let's say, for example, if you look at the this GUID for the applet header, we can put there applet dash cell lab dash, then the project name dash, followed by the applet name, which is the directory path, e-commerce followed by this.
Alright.
So you just follow the directory path, you'll be able to name the GUID, and then the code you can put the same as the GUID for now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay. Now, if you look at the database table, in the link there is a line going to the tenant here, right? So this is the login subject. Okay. Now, and also if you look at this applet header, I think there is no, there's no mistake. Okay.
This is the catalog actually. Applet header
Okay,
is
now-
the catalog.
Now this link is created just like your permission. This is when you assign the permission, you create this link.
I understand this thing.
Yeah.
I understand. But applet header itself is the catalog. We can consider it as the catalog.
No. The catalog is a different thing. I'm going to explain to you. Okay, so now I have an applet header, I have a catalog header.
Okay.
Okay, so it's the same thing between the catalog and the applet. I also have a link.
Applet to catalog. Okay.
Okay, I also have a link to the catalog, and then if you look at the applet catalog, then there's a catalog to tenant link. Then
So what you mean by link type?
hmm?
Link type. What you mean by link type? Because you put it in applet to catalog link and applet to subject link. Link type you put. What is it?
You are referring to this table, or
Yeah. This table and also the previous table
Yeah.
also have link type. What it means?
okay. We can define the type later. I give you a big picture first. Let's say Andrew from Sengheng, somebody from Cell Lab, somebody from DG, somebody from whichever company. When they go on the account and the Big Ledger platform, what happens is that they have hundreds of users. So these hundreds of users, they belong to different department, different group, different whatever. But this department, group, all those things, I am not referring to the team that you specify in the tenant database, no. I'm referring to all the group, the role, the group and all that. I'm referring to this in the master database.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Okay, so now let's just say, for example, I have created two tenant A and tenant B. I'm in this tenant A, tenant B, and I'm both the administrator of these two tenants. But tenant C, I'm just a member. Okay, all these things are in the master database.
Yes.
So when I'm an administrator or owner of the tenant A and tenant B, in the master database table, I can create a catalog. Let's say example. So I will create a catalog. This is a let's say senior group. This is a group. Let's say group senior management. Group senior management. So I have a tenant here, tenant A, tenant B, tenant C, and my role in this tenant is actually this one. I'm the owner. This one I'm the admin, and this one I'm just ordinary member.
Okay.
Okay. And this senior management consists of, let's say Sarah is senior management in the group of companies. Okay, so in this group of companies, Sarah is the senior management, and I have maybe subsidiary A, subsidiary A-B, A-1. Subsidiary, I have another subsidiary A-2. These two companies, both of these companies are in tenant A.
Okay.
Then I have a B-1 only company.
Okay.
This B-1 company is in tenant B. And then I have a C-1, C-2, C-3. This is in tenant C.
Alright.
Okay. So I want to create a few catalog, because number one, catalog one that I create, catalog one is for senior management. And this catalog, after I create, I can, through the link, add different applet into this catalog.
Okay.
I can associate all these applet into this catalog.
Okay.
When I associate the applet to this catalog, actually I also need to specify tenant. Actually, I think, can you write down saying that here I have a missing column here. In fact, from the catalog to the applet header, I actually need to have a tenant here.
Okay.
The reason is because when I am linking the catalog to the applet, I actually need to specify for, let's say, profit and loss, P&L. For profit and loss, in this senior management only interested in profit and loss applet, but I can create this catalog to allow Sarah to actually install the P&L applet for tenant A and tenant B.
Oh, okay. All right.
So this, if you think about it from the permission, this is like the target. The catalog is like the permission definition.
Okay.
And not permission definition. Actually, then actually, basically, I'm creating, saying that this catalog consists of a P&L applet for tenant A and P&L applet for tenant B, and I would like to allow group access to group senior management.
Okay.
Or the assignee, just like the permission, it can be assigned to a group. It can also be assigned to individual, right? Or it can assign to the role, right?
Okay.
So, but if I am the one who has created this catalog for this tenant, because I can assign this P&L applet to tenant A and tenant B is because I'm the owner and I'm in here. I'm the admin here. But I cannot assign the applet P&L to tenant C.
Because
cannot.
I'm just a member.
Yeah.
Yeah, cannot. Okay. Okay.
So I cannot assign P&L applet to FPC because I'm just a member.
So for customer, what they pay for tenant or pay for applet?
I will wait. Let me finish. Very good questions. They pay for applet or they pay for tenant? Very good questions. Let me finish this part first. When I created a catalog with these two assigned to this tenant, I do not know how many users will actually install this applet. I do not know. Maybe later I add another user, he joined this platform. Here I grant many catalog bits because this is the big boss. I give him 100 catalog. Every catalog I create, I grant him the permission to install the applet because he's my boss. So every catalog with many applets to many tenants, although I have make it available for this person to go to the Play Store and install, until he install, if he or she doesn't install, then the tenant is not being charged. Because when I install a P&L applet, when I make this P&L applet available for the tenant and allow Sarah to actually see it from the Play Store, it doesn't mean that I will charge unless Sarah actually install it. So how we want to charge is just like a Google Play Store, whereby I can put there a price. Oh, this is per month is 10 ringgit per month per applet or something like that. This one is 5 ringgit per month per applet.
Not per user, per applet.
Per applet per user.
Per applet per user.
Yeah, so I can calculate from here. Because when I create this, I'm only updating this part. I am not updating this part. This part is only inserted when the user install it.
I understand.
So if we move,
But what actually I thought when the customer went to buy applet, he buy it and it's available, and just for the user they can access it, and if they have permission they see data or not see data. But for you, no, it's different.
yeah,
You just identify a group, they can first install this applet, it's per user, install
Yeah.
per applet or see it.
yeah.
Okay.
I think I have a mistake in this database. I have a link here, catalog link to the tenant. This one is not correct because if I do a link directly from a catalog to the tenant, I have a problem.
Cannot.
Cannot, because if
Cannot.
my catalog consists of multiple tenants, then I have
Not
a problem.
catalog, it's like template, like
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
It will be actual when
So-
it's installed.
Yeah, instead of this link to this, so that means that I need you to delete this database, this table. Delete this table. You have to write down to delete this table. I actually want this link to the tenant instead.
Which one?
From link here
Yeah. We already said.
to the tenant. Instead of from this catalog to the tenant, actually is the link to the tenant.
But now you told me that I want to implement Applet Store, but I think we need to implement catalog first.
Already there, I believe. I think so. I think there's some great catalog. So this one is don't exist. This one don't exist.
Is there a endpoint for catalog?
Okay. Now, I believe is there. Now, even if it is not there, don't forget that after you do the installation, that means that when you have a tenant, when you have an applet, even if you manually insert the link for each of the user that is going to have access, without this, will it work? Yeah, it will work, because when at the point of a user login, if they don't go to the Play Store, if they have this, the user interface will load this information into the Angular, and then with this link, you already know what each user have. I mean, for now, what we do is that it's just a simple link, but in the future, what else we want to do is actually I want to have another UI component, which is shown here. If you look at this UI, there's UI. Let's see. Like search. I don't know why it is missing, but I used to have a UI screen here. Oh, I think I know why. I've decided to store it into the user preferences. What I'm trying to say is that this is in the database, the relationship, right? So we have one more table, is called the app login subject extension, or login subject extension, and
So currently,
okay.
we
Okay, I found it already. Okay, this is a login subject. We also have a login subject extension, right?
alright.
So I can actually create a login subject extension called UI or Angular NG user interface.
Okay, what do
Okay.
you mean by that?
Why I need this? This extension will store a very big JSON object
For user preferences.
for user interface preferences. What do I mean by user interface preferences? Are you using Android?
You mean the theme and all this
No,
stuff?
not the theme. It can store the theme, but theme I prefer to store it in a different one.
We put there, put up, put down.
Yeah, because
something.
when you look at the Android, the moment you go to Play Store, you install an app, then it will go into a place. Then after that, you can hold the app and then you drag it to the main screen.
This is the Play Store.
after the Play Store, after you install the Play Store, you can move up. After you install the app, where does it normally go? There should be a screen showing all the apps.
All the apps here. It's different from yours.
Okay. Where is the setting to show you all the apps that you have installed?
I will show you. Just here, setting.
Apps. To show you all the apps. Oh no, not this one. Okay, no problem. So
Installed app.
basically, what we
You mean uninstall app?
yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah. So these are the install app. Then from this install app, you can hide it from the screen. You can also show it on the screen. That one is up to you.
Oh, okay.
So this list will pull the full list of what is being installed in the link here. This is what is being installed. But after I pull a list of apps that are being installed in a phone or a screen, I have a first page, I have a second page. Maybe my first page got 1 icon, 2 icon, 3 icon, 6 icon. This screen I have 2. If it is an iPhone, you can only sort the sequence. It will always arrange from top to bottom, left to right.
Yeah.
But if it is Android, you can actually position it very weird like this. So if it is in iPhone or Android, I can actually define this screen to be 4x4 or 4x5, 5x6 or something like that.
Okay, it's just your settings.
So the UI settings and all that stuff will be stored inside. This is what we call the launchpad layout or something like that. Yeah. So we will store it inside here. The details of how it will be shown on the screen in the master database. We do not store in the tenant database is because if we have 1,000 tenants, when a user log in, it is not possible for us to actually make connections to 1,000 database to see whether which tenant they have. It's not possible.
Not possible. Right.
So we will load all these things from the master database, and after the user log in, supposedly they click on this applet, and this applet is for tenant A, because if I have a P&L for tenant A and P&L for tenant B, when Sarah click this, it will go into the tenant A P&L or tenant B P&L accordingly. Of course, in the future, I do not rule out the possibility that we allow a specific applet, one applet, to be linked to multiple tenants for certain applet. For example, this applet is to, the purpose of this applet is to sync a sales from tenant A to tenant B.
And this is later.
So this is later. So in that situation, I may have I may still need this applet to have a primary tenant. After they have the primary tenants, maybe they can make connections to secondary or some other tenant. Is that one can be, I don't rule out the possibility, but there still need to be a main tenant that actually pay for this applet. So for now, we will keep it as simple as possible, whereby we assume that each of the applet has got a main tenant. But you may ask me, Vincent, what if it is a user profile? Because user profile do not belong to any tenant. It is actually the user owns personal profile. So this profile actually it has got a tenant. The tenant is the master tenant.
Yeah, right. Right. So what I'm understanding here, for without catalog, now I will have specific applets, and based on the login subject, I can find a way to let the user install something, and when he install it, I store the information in the link database, link each, all this together. Later, if the catalog header later, based using the login subject, based on which catalog header follow, he will see specific applets. That's it.
Yeah, because when the user go to the Play Store, let's say I have an applet called the Play Store or Applet Store. Applet Store. When I click inside, it will look exactly like the Google Play Store. So when I go inside, I have a home. So under home, there's many different catalog. These catalogs are not controlled by any of the ordinary user. This catalog is managed by Wavelet employees or the Big Ledger employees. But they may go to, let's say for example, they may go to,
this is
let's say Sengheng, and then they may go to, let's say Cell Lab or DG. Okay.
You will offer this by these names?
Okay, because I'm Vincent and I'm in the member of, let's say in this case A, B and C, tenant A, tenant B and tenant C. Because I'm either the administrator owner of this ABC, then I will see this.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because I'm here, maybe in terms of the full applets, we have like thousands of the applets. Although there are thousands of applets available there, but if I'm the owner of a catalog, and I'm also I'm owner of a catalog, I can manage add applet into the catalog. That does not mean I can access to the P&L. So I have to be in the assignee.
Yeah, the installation of catalog is something, and to use it is something else.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So I have to be the assignee here
to use,
so that the name will appear. And if I'm the assignee of the catalog that belongs to a certain tenant, then only I can see the tenant name. And if I click on this tenant name, then the next part I see is the list of catalog. Each of the catalog will have a number of applets inside.
Alright. Currently we have, for example, user A here in permission now. Like for example, Umar is a user. He has access to seller and Senheng. So later he will see only home and seller and Senheng.
Yeah, he can have as many. Anyway, this one I can swipe. You open your Play Store. Let me show you. Play Store. Okay. So the home and the games. This one, the games here, I'll put the tenant name. I can swipe. If I have many, I can swipe.
Tenant. Yeah, it's based on tenant.
Based on tenant.
Yeah, in tenant. Okay, so currently.
So after based on tenant, let's say I click on games, I still have, this is one catalog, this is one catalog, this catalog inside. Then I can have a more option to install all, or I can click into each individual applet within this catalog and click the install. And when we charge, we are not charging to the user, because if it is belongs to if this catalog is under this specific tenant, the tenant administrator will be the one paying for it.
Yeah, sure. Because he has limited. If he want more user, he pay more. That's it.
Yeah. So
something like that.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's why there are many things that are related, and this is in fact one of the most tricky part that we need to do. And if you can do this, then later on we're gonna.
in the beginning, I will make something like that for home, and we have to identify the basic applet. That means basic applet that can be when he has account on account platform, he has basic applet.
Yeah.
This is the home.
This is home,
The
which is
home.
a user profile.
Exactly. After that, for that one, it will appear the tenant that user already subscribed up, and
to do this, you can do like what Shireen did on the union. Make use of the union to do the query. Just like how you calculate the permission. Assignee can be different, can be to group, but some direct, indirect. So because here it involves group, but I can also actually in this catalog, I can make the assignee to be a group, a row, or a individual person.
okay.
So that means that when you want to find out what is the tenant here, actually it's not just a direct SQL, because this part it involves the union.
Understand.
Tricky, right?
I'm thinking. Oh, okay, that's the good thing that I already I understand technically how to implement it, or exactly what to implement, what we have. But how it needs a lot of details. How exactly to do that?
Yeah. Okay, so I'll go back to the questions where you asked me about the link type. Okay. The link type for now, you can set it as that means I think you can leave it blank also, never mind. But usually when I create the database tables, I will have a different type because I want to cater for future whereby there may be certain type of link with a certain behavior. Some are cannot be removed. For example, this link type, Apple, you try to delete the settings and see whether you can delete the settings. You cannot delete the settings. Yeah, but some applet you can delete.
Yeah.
So in the link type here, we will have things like this is a system default, this is a user default, this is something that is certain behavior. This one is a subscription or tenant based, or this one is yeah.
Okay.
And also, currently we have not gone into the detail whereby when the user are accessing this catalog, and then somebody created the catalog, adding applet, adding assignee user, I have not gone into the detail about pricing. For example, if for a specific tenant, I need to have, if they have more than 50 users, then I charge them very cheap. The first 50 users is 10 ringgit per applet per user per tenant, but per month. And then for the next 50 users is only 2 ringgit. For the next how many users is only 1 ringgit. So there will be tiered pricing and many different structures where we can do the calculations.
So for the scorecard, what you expect me to do from this side? Exactly what you expect me to do, or to finish within 2 or 3 months?
Okay, so if you look at this thing, it is all related.
Okay.
So I would rather you complete this part, and then for the business billing part, that means that the pricing mechanism, because here you are just making it work, but can the business use? It cannot use, but for individual, yes, at least I can access. But what I want Lina to do is on the business side. That means that for the business side, it means that because this catalog, although it's tied to tenant, it doesn't mean it is a business site.
Actually, what Lina will do, I will deliver something, she will take it and apply business inside it, how to charge, how all these things.
Yeah, she will concern with the money stuff, because usually individual who wants to pay for the app, usually nobody pays. Very seldom people will still pay for the app, but very seldom. Low.
Yeah, very low.
So but at least these things that do not touch with the billing, the subscription and things like that, you do. The things that touch with the pricing of the applet, if you subscribe now, I give you 1 year free. If you pay 12, let's say,
another thing.
Yeah,
another work.
There is a lot of work there. So on that side, there could also be options subscription for the user, or if you pay monthly, is 10 ringgit. If you pay yearly, I give you 2 months free, or things like that, which is very common. So those part that are dealing with the money stuff, then we will get Lina to do, because those are used by business. But for personal individual, the full Applet Store, at least for the free stuff,
Okay.
you know, for the user free stuff on your site, I think I need you to complete.
Now let us scope the scorecard. It's scope. Maybe I will work here with these things first.
No, include here. Include here, because this is also included the Play Store.
I mean, this is like the Play Store for this.
No, there's no Play Store here. The Play Store is a different, is the front end, the applet.
I know.
Yeah.
I understand, but I mean, I will do the Play Store because the Play Store will do these things.
Yeah.
Will do these things because
Yeah.
the Play Store. Okay. I mean, catalog. I think later.
No, you need to include the catalog, because without the catalog, your Play Store cannot display properly. Because in your Play Store, remember, you have a home. After you click the home, this is one catalog, this is one catalog, this is one catalog. There is also many catalog. Otherwise, there will be hundreds of apps in a very messy way.
I know. I mean, in the beginning, I know I will use the whole update because we still have just a little. Just let it work, because this is another work actually. Cataloging is another.
Yeah. So you draw this one like this, and then like this.
It's a good thing that we record this.
No, because after we discuss, sometimes you need to recall or something, you can refer back, it's easier.
Yeah, I know, but I need this picture.
Of course, when you talk about this catalog, the Play Store, there are two parts. One part is what the end user see. The other part is what our staff see. Another part is what this person will see, because this person is not just seeing the catalog, assigning, creating the applet, assigning the group, but eventually he also need to see a report of under his tenant, how many users subscribe to which app, right?
So do you think this is a target for scorecard? It's very big.
So don't worry about big, because when you do the you follow the project implementation guide. First step is you list down the scope. After you have the scope, you can define the activity. So based on the activity, we put the schedule estimation on each of the thing. If let's say we see the activity, actually this one need 9 months, right? Then we can still chop it into 3 parts. That means that, okay, for this first quarter, only this part. But when we discuss here, we actually, if you look at, there's more than just catalog. There's other things now. When you are the PIC for this, let's just say the scope I assign to you is a lot, right? Maybe after we calculate, it is 9 months work or per individual if you do it alone. So, or maybe even 1 year. Let's say, for example, if you calculated 1 year. but I say I don't care, I want in 3 months or 6 months, right? Then you tell me that, Vincent, Ken, if you want 6 months, you give me 3 programmers or something like that. Then basically I will allocate the budget. Then after that, or I will pull the programmer from other resources or something like that. But I will let you manage the implementation or the feature that is required. I'm not saying that you do everything yourself.
But why I'm saying that, because we have a little number of staff and a lot of projects.
Yeah.
That's it.
I understand.
For example, for the backend, now currently you only have one. This is terrible.
We have Audali and Norizan will start joining immediately. For Norizan, will do the back end immediately after she finished the sinking. For Audali also, now already started now warming up period, and then he will join fully to do the back end after he complete the fixing the bug for the Angular side. Of course, there are more programmers on the way. Yeah, but I want to only discuss with you about the detail. That means the logic you figure out already. It doesn't mean that you are the only one doing. It actually can outsource to. But of course, we calculate after we have the activity, we set a reasonable target and all that. Then you can actually outsource to this programmer, that programmer, or whichever programmer.
Okay. I think we can.
Yeah, we can turn off, right?
Yeah, turn off.